I had a blast at the 2026 God's Gathering retreat with Big Mama and friends in Independence, Missouri back in April. Finally having a space where we can talk about all the goodies that I brought home. Today, we're focusing on what I found when we went on a field trip to multiple thrift vintage stores. So let's jump into it. Hi, this is Kelly, and look at all the fun stuff we have. First off, I'm going to show you another piano roll later in the week. I think, next Friday. You'll get to see the stuff that I got from the gathering itself. But today we're talking about just the vintage stuff. And this was in and I cannot remember the places we went to. So, I'm going to count on Big Mama leaving a comment and leaving those down in the description box for me in her comments. Or not in the description box, but in her comments down below. But the very first one we went to is one of her favorites there in Independence in the historical district to shop. They had these piano rolls for $2. Now they are very old, very vintage. You can see the coloring in them. And a lot of them were about... This one was Honolulu Lullaby, but there were a lot of them on player piano instruction, and I did not know there was such a thing. So, but this one's starting to tear. There we go. Well, almost. Almost. There we go. Do it this way and let it catch up with itself. But it looks like it's pretty much torn all the way through. So I'm going to have lots of pieces to play with, and I'm not going to be concerned about tearing it, destroying something. So we have this, and I'm not even going to attempt to roll this one back, but this one was called Honolulu Lullaby. So if you're going to do a Hawaiian junk journal, you might want some of this. Leave me a comment down below, and we'll see what we can come up with. How's that sound? Whoops. So I'm going to roll this one back up really quick. I'm trying not to tear it. To heck with it. We'll just set it aside with its box. And then, and then we went to another one. Oh, wait a minute. I found these in that same spot. I found this little golden book, How the Turtle Got Its Shell. Now, I do not have this one in my golden book collection. And the neat thing about it is, and I'm going to have to go over this with undo and see if I can get the rest of the sticker off without destroying the cover. But it's tales from around the world. It's different countries with their own, folklore of how the turtle got its shell. And it is, hello, I am Professor Terry Penn. Today I shall attempt to answer a question as tough as a turtle's shell. How did the turtle get its shell? And then there are different parts of the world telling us what their folklore of how the turtle got its shell. So that one's going in my little golden book collection. And then this one, it's a young adult contemporary, but I love the concept. And while I don't normally read books that have this many pages, this is going to be a nice summer read somewhere. My Secret Guide to Paris by Lisa Schroeder. It was a Scholastic book pick. The Trip of a Lifetime. Nora loves everything about Paris. From the Eiffel Tower to Chocolat Chaudade. Of course, she's never actually been there. She's only visited through her Grandma Sylvia's stories. And just when they finally planned a trip together, Grandma Sylvia is suddenly gone, taking Nora's dreams with her. Aww. Nora is crushed. She misses her grandmother terribly, but she still wants to see the city they both loved. So when Nora finds letters and a Paris treasure map among her Grandma Sylvia's things, she dares to dream again. She's not sure what her grandma wants her to find, but Nora knows there are wonderful surprises waiting for her in Paris. And maybe, amongst the croissants and macarons, she'll find a way to heal her broken heart. I just thought that was such a sweet book to read. And it's not a big book. It's 216 pages. So when I'm not reading a romance book for review on my author channel, this would be a nice curl up. Okay, then we went out to oh God, I cannot think of the name of it. It's huge, and I kept a business card. But Big Mama will know. I will text Big Mama and get the names, and I will put them in the description box below. But I found this. And while I love dresser scarves, I hate to think about, after all the work somebody put into crocheting this, of taking it apart. But I could go ahead and go through and seal all the edges, and look at all the motifs I would have. 3, 4, there's 20 white flowers and 12 pink flowers that I could play with. So I got that. Now I'm showing you what I picked out first. And then I found this, and I think this was like $4. But look at that edging. And then I could still stamp on the inside of this and use this linen as well for flips or pockets. So I have that. That was one of my finds. And then I found actual milk caps. Orr's Dairy, raw milk, Carthage, Missouri. And I think there's like 10 or 12 in there. So I got original milk caps. And I found this book on Halloween, the history of Halloween. And it's not an old book. This was from last fall, 2025. Ancient Festivals, Witchcraft, Today's Traditions. And if you don't know, I am a practicing witch. So there was some great information in here, as well as the graphics. This is from, by Llewellyn Publication. This is what they use on the fronts sometimes in their Llewellyn calendars. The Ghoul Next Door. So I have that. And then I found this. Now this is going to have a glare, and I apologize. It's an all our best to your family from our family at Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman. My mother and I would watch this show together, and she loved it. And I love Jane Seymour in anything she acts in. So I was really excited to see this one. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, where it's going to go, but for $1, I couldn't pass it up. Then I was all done shopping. I got up to the register, and my friend Sharon Madsen was in line ahead of me. And she had a couple of things, and she's like, you know, I don't think I want this. And there were actually 3 in this set. I don't think I'm going to get this. I'm like, really? And I think this was like $6 for the 3. Like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to get this. I'm like, well, I'll take it. So she handed it to me. I bought it, and then she bought one of the rings back from me for $3. So, you know, wasn't bad. So I got those. And then she's like, well, you know, I don't think I want the doily either. Mind you, we are standing in line at the register, and she is ready to check out. I don't think I want this. Do you want that? Sure, $2, I'll take it. So that one came home with me. And then, lastly, she had this one. Now, mind you, I have all these flowers, and I thought these leaf motifs would be perfect. So when she said, do you want that? Sure, I'll take it. This would have been on the arm of a sofa or a chair. Notice how it's curved at just the one end, blocked at the other. This would have gone on the edge of a sofa, on the arm of a sofa or chair. So I have leaves, I have flowers, I have all kinds of goodies. Now that was just from our thrift day trip. I will be back next Friday to show you, probably in 2 parts, all the stuff from the gathering. Because there were everybody came with something to share. Think of like a Girl Scout, swappies thing, where everybody brought something for everybody. One thing I did get, I will show you, is our jar of button soup from Big Mama. Didn't she do a great job of packaging these? And look at all those lovely buttons on the inside. This woman has more buttons than Carter's Got Pills, I'm telling you. And if you know that reference, you're my age. So that's going to do it for me today. I will be back here on Tuesday, where we are going to do not 1, but 2 patriotic tags. Unless I sneak in here on Saturday with a patriotic something from Saks. So we'll see what's going on. But I will definitely be back here on Tuesday with 2 patriotic tags and talk more about our patriotic journal. In the meantime, please remember to share, and subscribe, and have fun playing with your toys. Creative blessings.